Hello, everyone. It's Brenda Douglas. Today was my very first day doing Instacart. Now, I started at 10 o'clock. My shift actually was I scheduled for 10 to 2. Okay, and so in the beginning, let me just be honest, I was very, very nervous. But I walked into the store. First of all, I had been studying or looking at the batches to see that two stores were commonly coming up in the feed, and that is Shoppers and Giant. So I knew that the batches would come from those two places for more than likely. Well, it turned out to be Shoppers. So I headed in the direction of Shoppers. I went in and I introduced myself to the Instashoppers. Now, I am a full service Insta shopper or person. I don't know what they call it, but I do the full service. And what that means is that there are going to be times when I will be just delivering, but then there are other times when I will have to shop and deliver. So today I actually did both. But back to the story. I went into the store and I went to the Instacart area, and I looked for the people who were dressed in an Instacart uniform and or t-shirt, and I introduced myself. I told them, to be honest with you, this is my first day. And that's what I kept telling everybody, because one thing you have to remember is that an expert at anything was once a beginner. So be patient with yourself as you go out. So I introduced myself, and I let them know this is my very first time. I'm not sure what I need to do. And so they were willing to help me, thank God. And so they told me that, okay, this one is just delivery only. So I was able to go into, they had items on the shelf, in the freezer, and in the refrigerator. So they're nicely labeled. All of the bags are nicely labeled with the customer's information and a customer code. And so what you do is take your phone and you scan the item. Now, I'm going to show these things later on, but right now I just want to share my first day. Okay, and then I'm going to do other videos to show you how you get started and what is the process and things of that nature. But for today, I just want to give an overview of my first day. I'm also going to do a video on lesson learned or tips that I've learned lesson learned from this experience, because to be honest with you, every one of my orders were late, guys. It was like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm sorry. One in the middle of the day or the middle of the shift, I had to do shopping and delivery. It was a full service again. Man, that took a long time. But anyway, so I was nervous, but people were willing to help. Okay. So I went in and I got the items, and then you push the button to navigate. It shows you exactly how to get to the customer's home. And so I was able to deliver. The customers were very nice. One person, she had a little puppy that was the same color as my panda. So we were able to connect and just have a brief conversation, because you have to keep moving. Okay. So the customers were really nice. Some of them were not mobile. Some of them didn't have vehicles, and that was fine. And so I went in and did the delivery. Again, small talk, keep it moving, keep it moving. One of the things I want to say, though, is when you have to shop, you have to go fast. It is also important to communicate with the customer when there's not an item. Like, for example, somebody had, she ordered sliced mushrooms. They had the same brand, same price mushrooms. However, it was not sliced. And so I just pretty much briefly did a little quick note to the customer to let them know that they did not have the sliced version, but they had the exact brand and price, and that actually was on sale, in whole, so it wasn't sliced. But anyway, so my first day, it was again, I was nervous at first, but then once I got the hang of it, the adrenaline started going, and I started being so excited about taking the next batch and the next batch and the next batch. What I did not like is that sometimes the orders included more than one. What they call a batch is one. It could be 2 and 3 orders. So the biggest batch I had was 3 orders. That means you have to deliver to 3 homes. So, and so you don't get, I mean, you do get credit for all 3, but you have to deliver to all 3. I'm not sure why they batch it like that, and they were not in the same complex. So one was in Lanham, one was in Landover Hills, I think that is, and another one was in Beltsville. So the batches maybe 15, 20 minutes away. The furthest I went was 13 miles. So I wasn't too delighted about that. But at the same time, because see, I'm okay with staying in my area. You know, I know my area. I'm comfortable with my area. But at the same time, you know, you do what you got to do. My goal was to pay this late fee that I owed, and so my objective was to meet that goal, and I've met that goal. And then I received a pop-up from Instacart saying that they now pay immediately, so I'm really happy about that. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. My mission though is to do this. The reason why I took this is because I want to be able to get my hair done and my nails. So I just wanted to be extra spending income, to be honest with you. But anyway, so my first day was better than I expected. Again, I was nervous. But at the same time, the people were helpful. I was transparent. When I was late, I apologized to the customer, and I explained to them excuse me, that this was my first day, and so you know, it's worth it. I haven't figured out if the money is enough, you know, for me to do all the running around. Just make sure that you have a full tank of gas when you go and do this. But anyway, it was pretty easy. I think that well, I'm going to do it a little more because I'm trying to decide if I want to be delivery or shopper. I don't want to do both. I don't think I want to do both because to shop is very, very time consuming, and then to have to get in the car and go, and then you back and then waiting for another order. I mean, you know, to each his own, but you know, I will say that having some type of way to transport the items, especially upstairs, is going to be important. But again, I'm going to do another video on tips. But my overall experience has been pretty good. But anyway, it was pretty good, and you know, it wasn't as bad as, I don't know what I was nervous about. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos and tips and things of that nature. I'll tell you which one I chose, and I'll tell you some best practices, and then some you know, how much I'm making. That's the most important thing, because time is valuable for all of us. So stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching.